Yeah, mics are hot.
'Tis pleasant.
Sorry, I can't do anything about it. Yeah, but mics are hot. And I am opening the stream up. Yeah, we're picking up where we kind of left off before. In the lair, in the lair of the Moonstone Dragon that you guys ventured in before. You guys have made your way. You currently are. I believe you guys were taking a second to talk before leaving. You had just rescued the Moonstone Dragon. He had given you a little bit of information, a little bit to each of you, and pushed you guys forward.
Was this after a long rest?
This would not be after the long rest. Yeah, this would not be after the long rest. You guys are still kind of in the dungeon, as it were. I believe you could long rest if you wanted. He did invite you to stay and rest if you needed to.
Yeah, I think Trix definitely needs a long rest.
I would tend to agree.
And I think this is as good a place as any.
Okay, yeah. It's a reasonably safe place. And so you guys are able to settle in. Like between every once in a while, you guys get bothered by like a sentinel walking by. At some point during the night, you can see a couple of sentinels like come in and start kind of dragging away the Eladrin bodies, kind of just cleaning up from your guys' little endeavor last time. So, yeah, you guys have your long rest. Feel restored in the morning. In the morning, you can see you guys. It was about 3 a.m., I believe, when everything broke out. So you guys probably got out of there, finished your long rest. So it's probably about noon now.
Okay. When we are exiting, does it look like the same place we came in from?
So when you guys are exiting, it would be the same place. So you guys are able to wander south into the portal, into the entry hall. It seems like as the Silver One had said, essentially its defenses are finished working. So it's kind of reset it. So you guys are able to leave freely.
All right. Does anyone think we need to do anything here, or are we done?
So I'm assuming that he rewarded us, or do we need to go to his lair to be rewarded? I don't remember seeing.
I think he gave what we needed to continue.
So he gave you a bunch of information. He didn't reference any gold, but as you guys are leaving, there is a pouch sitting at the edge of one of the portals. Rather large pouch. When I say pouch, it's less of a pouch, more of a haversack.
Oh, well. I will rummage through the haversack.
Yeah, as you like kind of look through the space, you kind of go through each of the pouch. Like haversacks are kind of a backpacky style, so you're able to kind of go through and look through items. It is a normal haversack. You notice it's not anything magical like that, but it does contain some treasure.
Ooh.
Let's get you your guys' treasure.
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 Yeah. inside, you're able to pull out a few coins as you're going through the haversack. You pull out like a large pouch of coins. They are all sorted conveniently for you guys.
Ah.
That sounds like a dragon.
One of them you kind of go through, and there is 4,000 gold pieces in it. It's a very heavy sack that you pull out of that bag. Another pouch of little gems, various sizes and qualities. I'd estimate total probably about 1,600 pieces worth of gold. I mean, worth of gems. Sorry.
Nice.
And other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything else in there. Just some loose coinage and the haversack itself.
Those 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
1,500 in gems, 4,000 gold, and then a haversack. Yeah, we'll just leave everything in there and we'll toss it over to Zook. And then he can, then we'll all have some form of, or 1,600, sorry, yeah. We'll all have some form of sack. I believe Wanderer has one of the bags of holding. I have the other one. Now you'll have the haversack. That makes sense?
I've got a bag of holding already.
Oh, well then maybe we'll get to Wanderer then. Whoever doesn't have
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty sure there's 2 bags of holding involved in this party.
I
have
think
one
we
of
all
them.
have bags of
Yeah.
holding.
I
You
thought
two
there was
already
one,
had
too.
one. You two already had one. I came in with one.
Don't push it, fighter.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say then we'll give Zook the haversack. And yeah, you and
Put the
Wanderer probably need
haversack
to
in the bag and see what happens.
No.
So do I
Ooh, what's this?
do I not have a bag of holding? Because I thought I had one from the beginning.
I think you might have been
I thought-
holding yours. I don't know how many bags. I've lost count of how many bags of
I
holding.
have one.
Yeah, you've got one. When did you
Yeah.
guys buy a second?
I got
We-
one from your random rolled thing.
'Kay.
I believe.
So we've
at the
got
beginning.
2 bags of holding total. I think you two just have it duplicated, and I guess now
Yeah,
you
we
have the
probably just need-
haversack.
to combine them and make sure we have everything in that's supposed to be in one. I can carry the haversack for now until we get it all worked out.
Yeah,
If
the
that helps.
haversack also only weighs 5 pounds.
Cool. I like
I don't.
haversacks. They're
It doesn't
cool.
matter to me. I just thought I'd always had one with inventory in it, so I.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
we should-
I mean, I don't think that matters. Yeah, I mean, like as long as we don't think we have 3.
I know that I only keep my supplies that I don't like to hold on me in there, so there's nothing really valuable in mine.
Cool.
Quick, put it in the bag of holding.
Right. Don't do that.
When needs must.
Okay. This is the handy haversack.
This is the handy haversack.
All right, cool. It's in my inventory.
I now need to look that up to figure out what it is.
Very cool.
Each side pouch can hold 20 pounds of material, and the central pouch can hold 80 pounds of material.
Nice.
Ooh, and I get to add stuff. That's what I love about what they've done with this.
And
Now
it
you
always
can add
weighs
stuff.
5 pounds.
And then contents, gems.
Do we want that to be kind of like the group fund coin pouch?
Oh man, you're getting ahead of me. You said 1,600 gems. Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay. And if you guys got it all settled,
I think I have it all.
Oh, before I forget, because I wrote this in my notes, did I find that composite arrow that I shot through a portal and lost? at the very beginning.
You did not.
Dang it.
No way. Come on.
I have 12 arrows.
Okay. Sometimes battles are expensive.
Fine, dragon will keep it as a souvenir.
Dragon's got it sticking around like, why do I have this?
I'll use it as an overgrown toothpick.
The demon will trip over it. I could use this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So if you guys got everything sorted and everything added, we can press forward. Where do you guys want to make your way off to?
It's an excellent question. Did he give us a heading for a place that I remember there's somewhere that he wanted us to go that he hadn't investigated?
Yeah, we have to go to the archons. I suppose there's a couple of different ways to do it. Trix
Let's
is
just teleport back to Shavash.
yeah, Trix is going through this. I was thinking that maybe if we could get a hold of Helen and ask her if there's a teleportation circle that Mary was using when she was dealing with the archons.
Don't we
Maybe
have one for Shavash?
We need to go to Trest. We need to go to the archons on the western continent.
Oh.
Western continent? Eastern continent.
Something about very big mounds.
Yeah, the archons of the Ceceran Mountains.
Thank you. And the Ceceran Mountains are, I'm looking at the map, in the World Amble. Let's see.
The Ceceran Mountains were in the Sutranin territory on the western continent, south of
Thank
the
you.
original Trestian territory.
That helps. And then I'll pull out the map, right? Like I'll pull it out and I'll like, it's a huge map. We're in this nice safe room. So we're going to go ahead and do our planning. And I'll point to everybody. I'll point out to everybody how far away we are from the place. And then the only one we know who's ever been there, Mary, is dead. She was the emissary. Emissary.
Emissary.
To
it's either or.
To the archons, and was basically keeping the peace. And so we might be going into a bit of a difficult circumstance, and might be nice to have Franklin pull up some papers for us. You know, from Helen saying that we're legitimately there, so we don't end up in a battle.
I'd agree with that.
And I'll lean over and whisper to Zook, I really don't want to go back to Travash.
We're supposed to be going to Trest then?
The Ceceran Mountains. And I'll point on the map that they're way over here on the eastern continent. Western continent.
Oh, I thought you said Western continent. Eastern continent?
It is the western continent, so they are located in
Western
the Sutranin territory.
And this is, really until Mary told us about, or Helen told us about Mary's involvement. I mean, it was kind of a myth and a legend that the archons even existed. Obviously, the Silver One has made it absolutely sure they do.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So
So
you guys
do
are
we- I'm
not sure I'm
planning
looking
on
at it right now.
traveling then. Since you guys are planning on traveling, what we'll do is get your get your guys assigned to your roles and plot your guys' course.
Yeah. I guess I will, since we've had our long rest, I'm going to go ahead and put together a message, a send to Helen. And we will ask her if she's aware of a teleportation circle and if she has the address for it in or near the ceceran Mountains, Sutrana Mountains, where the archons are, where Mary was working. That's probably 85 words. Yeah. Does that sound about right? Zook? Wanderer?
Yeah, and if we can't find that, we'll just find a teleportation circle in New Trest and
In the New Trest.
Well, you guys know.
Or
try
not
to
New
get our way
Trest.
back.
We know the one in New Trest.
Yeah.
We need to get to the Western
we need-
continent. We need to get.
I thought we needed a
Go ahead.
teleportation circle to get to another teleportation circle, or can we just teleport
We can-
from wherever?
Zook and I we know how to draw those now. We know how to make our own.
Pleasant.
Yeah, I think specifically. Let's see. Ooh, interesting. So I'm gonna rule that as it comes back, she goes, I do in fact know the location of Sutranan Circle, not within the mountains, but within the kingdom. But sigil symbols cannot be sent through sending.
Oh, I love that. Cool. Let me see if we can figure out a way to do this. So we need to get some kind of document with the sigil symbols on it. Any ideas? Trix does not want to hear what's going to come out of Zook's mouth.
Passenger
Passenger pigeon.
Passenger raven or owl. I will be glad to send my raven.
I don't think your raven can reach it.
There's no way it's going to make it. Trix does not want to go.
It's like
He's more than
around the world.
He's more than willing to put off the voyage a couple of days while we sit around and wait for the raven to never come back.
Yeah, because if you send that raven out, it's never coming back. That raven is gone.
But I can honestly say I sent it.
So we could go to Last Point and charter a boat.
Ooh.
We could go to
that
New
would be
Trest
fun.
and see if we can find means of teleporting from there.
Trix is going to agree with anything that postpones going to Travash.
Zook looks at the other fellows and tries to assess if they're up for another ocean voyage.
As you kind of ask Ilya and Fingelfin if they're ready, you do get Fingelfin gets this concerned look, and he goes, "I stole from Thalia. I think I want to be as far from the ocean as I can be."
I would have bet 1,000 gold that he would not be going on the ocean with us.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Zook's already like getting
Oh
his sea
Yeah.
shanties in order.
I'm actually Trix's spirits seem to be a little bit higher with the idea of getting on a boat and spending some time on the ocean again.
But then seeing Fingelfin's downcast demeanor, he shuts up.
Like he gets this. He like checks his bag really quick and like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay away from the ocean.
Well, we can see you to New Trest.
Wait, there's a land bridge over to Trest. We don't have to go by ocean.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Ooh, road trip.
Yeah,
Heck
road
yeah.
trip.
Sorry, I shut down for my manual maintenance. What's going on?
Wanderer, you look exactly the same when you're fully awake and when you're down for maintenance. We can't tell the difference.
Oh, it's not really a shine in my eyes, but that's hard to tell.
Oh, is that what you call that? Hey, look, he calls it a shine in his eyes.
So it sounds like the plan is still to head to New Trest at least.
Yeah. I think we head
Yeah,
that
it looks
direction.
like it. That's way, like, at first, Trick seemed like he was like, yeah, we can get to Saracens. And then Zook brings up Travash, and he's like, yeah, maybe we should go to New Trust.
Maybe we should check in, you know.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get Fingleton back to the bar. I mean, you know.
I mean,
From
we
whence he
also need to
came.
restock on our potions.
Yeah, and
I got
yeah.
shopping I need to do.
All right.
And there's oh man, there's that one girl that I left without saying goodbye.
Oh yeah, there was. All right, go ahead and give me your guys' journey rolls and plot your route.
Okay.
Our comrades are
Wait,
still
we
with us,
can
correct?
teleport there.
That's right, we can.
We could.
We have
actually
an
know
address.
that we have an address for that one.
Yes, you do. I believe it's.
Can we bring the cart
I can't
with?
remember. Was it in the school
Oh, no, yeah,
or
we
was it
can.
with the archons?
We have the address for the temple. What was it? Was it in the school?
I think it was the
I don't remember.
school. My notes say school.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was the school. It's the temple near the school. It's the temple up north.
Oh right, you have. I
Where we
remember.
were.
You have the archon address in the Central Sea.
Yeah, we have the Archon address to Central Sea, but that doesn't get us to the Saracen Mountains, right?
No, it only gets you about halfway.
I mean, indirectly.
it gets you about halfway there. Not where you want to go, but
yeah. But we do have the address for New Trest, and so we could draw a circle right here, and as long as the dragon is okay with us teleporting out of his realm.
Ooh.
Or
I
we can
would
just
like to
we can get
comment on
outside
this.
the
You
temple.
will have to go outside the temple if you remember. Teleport circle only works if
'Cause
you're
we're
on
on
the
different
same
planes.
plane.
Yeah.
We don't know what planes
Right.
are on which rooms on which plane.
Yeah, we assume we're in the Fae, but and that's something that brings a little bit of a sadness to Trix because he was hoping to write some songs, but I think I have a few. I have a book or two from this plant from his. Let me see if did I get any songbooks from him? I don't think I did. I remember we were in that room,
but you took some. Like you guys read through a couple of books. Like looked at them.
Okay. Yep. Let's just and we're going to the Saracen Mountains. We're going to the Archons to get a book for the dragon. At least that's what I have in my notes.
Yeah, he mentioned that the archons would have more information about a gate, but that I guess he wanted a book back from them as well.
Correct.
You'd
I have a red
you'd see
string
it.
in exchange for getting him the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just been stacking up fees on that library book, and he's getting returned.
Oh, I know, right?
No wonder they sent the Eldrin. They wanted their
It's been
library
3
fees.
centuries.
The Eldrin were just librarians.
Oh no.
How do you feel about that, Zook? You just smoked a bunch of librarians.
Yeah, let's.
All right, are we teleporting there or are we walking?
I think we'll teleport to New Trest.
We're probably walking from there, though.
From there, we're walking.
No, okay, you guys are planning.
We don't
on
want
walking?
anything else to. We don't want anything else to happen to Fingelfin. He's been good.
And Fingelfin and Ilya are with us, right?
Correct.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Where is my?
Hopefully they got a full night's sleep.
Of course they did. She's been kicking it, man. She's had like 3 barrels of ale in the wagon we left yesterday. She's fine. We might even have some
when
ale
you guys
left.
come
Very
out and
happy.
Ilya, it's about noon. You see her like stretched out the back of the wagon, like just bottle in hand. She goes, "I thought you guys were dead."
I got turned to stone.
And she goes, "To your
Kinda
health,"
like being
and she
dead.
finishes the drink.
Oh man, I'm definitely filling up a stein and having a share before I.
I think it's a 10-minute casting time. So who has the spell?
Yeah, I'm
I
looking
have
at
it.
it right now. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Zook. While you're, is it 10 minutes? No, it's 1 minute.
1 minute.
You fill up the stein
Yeah.
and start doubting it as Zook finishes up the spell, and then go off. And then as soon as the portal opens, you guys step. It's
Very
awkward
cool.
because you're not exactly on a flat surface, but it's a flat surface. So you like step through it like you have before. You guys all step through the portals. You know, when you step in, it's almost like the gravity shifts as you go from, like you're walking through the side of a pane. You're walking right through it. It's kind of weird.
You know, I'll get like on the. I'll guide the horses through.
Is this one of those
It's a 10-foot
Frodo
circle.
backflip moments?
Yeah.
Right. I remember because this one was not in a
Nah.
temple. It was at the temple complex.
Okay, we're not falling through it. Good.
No, you can still fall through it. Go ahead and give me acrobatics.
Yeah. I want to fall on my ass.
You gotta
Let me
succeed
find-
sometime.
Acrobatics or athletics is the main question.
If you're just jumping through athletics, if you're trying to do anything fancy, acrobatics.
Ta-da!
I'm doing the one with the least modifier out of the 2.
Oh god.
It's funny. 12.
Best he's ever done.
Hell yeah.
Wonder, you jump through. You're able to land on your feet this time as you like dive through, like trying to do a flip. Trix, you're trying to get these animals to step through the portal.
They don't want to go.
They don't want to go.
Don't wanna go.
Like at some point, you're like half in the portal, so you're like 90 degrees to them as you're like trying to get them just to step in.
I turned to Ilya and I'm like, how much beer did they drink?
And she just kind of, I didn't give him anything. A little bit maybe. I put a little bit.
So I look back and like literally there's 2 barrels and both the lids are off and they're dry. Like,
Can I get a dexterity check from? Actually, no. Can I get a strength check from Wanderer? As she comes by, she like smacks the horse on the butt, and it goes through, but it's a panicking gallop.
I landed uneven, therefore my strength is not very good
And
right now.
You try to
you
grab
might
this
be getting
horse.
run over.
Remember, this is in the temple complex. This was at the temple complex, not inside a building, but outside, kind of in the courtyard. You stepped through, immediately see the courtyard as you're going through, and there's just 2 panicked horses that dash out, and like the neighs, and you can hear like you guys scramble to grab the horses, and it's just this panicking as like you see like the students that are walking away from the temple kind of give you an eye, and like everybody's like, what the? At some point you see a guard with a halberd just kind of look over and just yell, "Control your animals."
That's the idea. Ow, my spleen.
And you see he like grabs the rein of one and goes, takes it, like leans the halberd against it, holds it, and so he goes, it's okay, boy, and hands one of the horses back to you. The other one's taking off. He's like, you better get that thing.
I'll like pull the wagon aside and then I'll go running to see if I can retrieve
Yeah,
my.
you were trying to take the wagon through this thing.
I'm like, after I finish pushing the rat wagon through while Wanderer's running off, I'll go find the second horse.
Yeah, it takes about a half an hour of trying to wrangle this horse from the top of the Trestian polis, essentially. You're able to get it before it dashes into the school, like the university's courtyard. You like had to chase it around.
Does not look good.
The larger building, but yeah, you eventually settle it and are able to bring it back to the.
If only there were a spell where I could just find a steed.
And at that point, the guard kind of hands the helps like rein one of the horses back into its harness and goes, "More travelers?"
Thank you.
Are you?
I hand him a gold piece. Appreciate the help.
And you see, he goes. He turns to you and he goes, "I don't think." And he sees that it's a gold piece and goes, "Thank you." I do have to ask, since you're using our portal, are you with the earlier contingent?
It depends. Which contingent was that?
The Sutranan envoys.
Oh, they're here?
Yes,
Ahead of us?
their meetings. Well, their arrival was announced for some time. You probably heard about them earlier.
Yeah. Do you know where they're staying?
Well, I believe a floor of the inn has been rented to them, and then I hear that the archons that came with them went down to the embassy.
The embassy in the south, in western continent.
No. They're from
Or
the
the
Western
embassy here in
continent.
town.
They came all this way. They hoping, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not privy to what they're after. I was just told when they arrived that they were expected.
We better get to the embassy. Could you direct us general election?
And he points down towards the city. He goes, "It's in the city, but you should know its location if you're with the entourage."
Right. But my head is a little bit swimming here from the entrance. That was quite the spell we cast, and not all here. It'd take me a couple minutes to recover.
Give me deception.
I would to that, but I can't remember the last 5 minutes after being kicked by a steed.
Is it going to be contested?
Okay. Well, of course, I'm sorry to have bothered you. You must be the supply.
No, you didn't bother us at all. Thanks for the help. Yeah.
Yes.
You're doing your job. You did a great job. You should be well rewarded.
I'm
Good
paid a
job,
decent
buddy.
amount.
Oh, excellent. We'll be playing at the tavern later on tonight. If you want to swing by, we'll give you a stage pass and you can come in and sit up close.
We'll
Great
see.
music, best you'll ever hear.
And he picks the halberd off of the wall that he had it and says, "I'm still on duty. I still have a patrol to perform. Please be on your way and do be considerate next time you open one of those."
Will do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you kindly.
And the guard wanders off towards the rest of the temple complex.
I opened the third barrel and grabbed myself another beer because that was too close to comfort. Yeah, we're gonna head out the area and down to the, I guess, head towards the embassy. I'll ask Zook.
Yeah, onward.
I can't believe you lit up your pipe without offering me some. And I reach over for a bag of weed, load up some tobacco.
Yeah, you guys start venturing down. Can I get investigation check? Because you guys never actually found out where it was. He just kind of pointed down towards
No,
the
I
city.
didn't find it all.
It's a city. It's you Trix, you wander down, like you guys get off the top of the polis, wander down and like turn to the first guy you see and it's like, "Where's the Archon embassy?" He goes, "Down the street to your left."
Oh, it's right there.
To your left, to the right, next to the big tower hanging off the side of the mountain.
It was the guy that was literally there when they walked by earlier. He's like, I can help you get there.
Yeah, he kind of points. He goes, "If you go down this road, take a left, take a right. You're looking for the big tower with the giant beasts flying out of. It's right across from it. Can't miss it."
Oh, okay.
Can we see the tower from here?
You guys look
Let's
up
turn left on the fork in the road.
towards the polis. You've heard about this tower. It's considered one of the pillars of Trest.
Beautiful.
And you guys start making your way towards the embassy. As you get closer, you notice like a couple of groups have formed kind of near it. People out in the streets, you can see that there's some various archons kind of directing people with guards as well. Like, "Keep the roads clear. Please, there's nothing to worry about." And they're just kind of directing people to stay off of the main road as you guys approach one of them. As you guys approach closer, you're probably a block away from the tower. One of these large, probably about 6.5 feet tall, bulky armored knights, kind of stops your wagon. "Hold! What's your business?"
Our business is with the ceceran and archons, and the message is private.
Of course. Then you must have their sigil.
I turned to Zook, and knowing that he has 18 stacks of paper.
Yeah, Zook immediately starts rummaging. I know it's here somewhere. Hold on, just he's pulling out things left and right. Hold this. Hold on. Just a second. I know it's here. He hands him this small statue. Hold on. Is this it? He pulls out a silver spoon with filigree on it. No, that's not it. Hold on, give that back. He says, and he keeps rummaging. I must have misplaced it. Bear with us for a moment.
I begin to light my pipe again. This is going to take just a minute. We have so many documents here.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see any archons with symbols on them nearby?
As you look around, the guards are all bearing the guards of trest. As you're looking at very few of these armored knights, while there's probably 8 guards standing around, there's only 3 of these knights, as well as a couple of felidars. This one that's in front of you does not bear a sigil. But in the distance, you can see a couple of the knights that are kind of keeping people back. While the guards are all keeping people on the sides of the road to allow like wagons to pass, large horses, that kind of thing. The archons are kind of blocking part of like the actual way forward. This one and 2 other knights. The 2 other knights.
Oh, hold on. I found it. Here it is. And then he pulls out the the sigil from Mary that has the 5 dragon scales, the 5 dragon scale signet ring. It says this'll work. And he shows it to him.
Give me a deception check.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Might be the most deception we've done in a while.
Oh no.
No.
Wait.
It's not horrible. Average deception.
I mean, it's a good signet.
The real
It's a good
question.
signet. It should have some bearing.
Shit.
The real question is this knight above average? Oh shit, he is.
This guy. Oh yeah, he's special service, man.
You show him this signet and he goes, "Symbols of the government of Travash." What business does the Travashian government have with the archons?
That
Well,
is
that's top
well
secret. We're not...
the ambassador who we are taking the place of. Could I talk to you in private? This can't be overheard. I'm going to ask him if he'll go to the back of the wagon with me. If he's willing to go back to the back of the wagon, I'll let him know that about Mary.
He looks to his other men, and you see him gesture, and you can see that they kind of gesture towards their felidars who kind of stand on heels, and he goes to the back of the wagon and goes, "What is this about?"
We've been assigned the job of reporting that the ambassador from Travash has been murdered, and we are taking her place. And that symbol that you were given is the symbol of the magistrate of Travash, who was in charge of the relationship between the Saracen archons and Mary. I have documents in here that say that we will have the full backing of the Travashian government for anything that we need to get done.
I would like
financial
to see those.
Or otherwise.
I would need to see those. But I would recommend returning to the Travashian embassy. If you are envoys from Travash, it would be safer for you at the embassy.
We have to talk to the archons. It's what we've been tasked to do.
That's okay. We could go to our embassy and then have them reach out officially, and then we can set up a meeting.
That would be ideal. See, with Veer currently, Grandmaster Veer currently arriving, security is the highest. Well, is our highest priority.
Heist.
We
Alright,
we understand the situation.
You've done a good job, and I'm gonna flip him a gold coin for his work well done.
You flip him the gold
Keeping all
coin,
of
and
us
you
safe.
see he holds it, and he takes it in his hand, and then sets it in the wagon.
Well, the wagon doesn't need the gold.
Neither do I.
Oh, wow, you're paid better than I thought. Well, you should come down and see us tonight when you get off. We're going to be playing at the local tavern, and it's a hell of a show.
Well, if it's truly that kind of show, maybe I should dispatch one of my own.
You kill your own?
Did someone say dispatch?
Oh, never mind. I misunderstood you. Never mind. Trick's going to get up behind the horses, turn the wagon around before he gets in any more trouble.
We've heard that word too many times in negative context.
He kills his guys so he can go watch a show. Now, when I said that we killed at the show, I certainly didn't mean that.
So you guys you guys aren't familiar, but as you guys pass, he goes, as you guys go down the street, he goes, turn left.
I back up because I was going straight.
Yeah, you
Clunk,
you were you said you turned the wagon around, and as you were clunking along, he's like, turn left. The embassy's that way.
Back up. Back the horses up. Turn left.
Because this is a large city.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Um,
Zook will give a friendly salute and carry on.
And as you guys
Hunch my
venture forward, you guys do eventually reach. It's not too hard. As you guys get closer, you notice the area starts to become cleaner. The city. You guys eventually arrive to a 2-story building. Stone gate around it, symbol of the Travashian government on the front, and 2 guards standing outside.
Zook, I think your ring will work here. Your signet.
Yeah, Zook's going to show him the signet ring.
Yeah, you show them the signet, and you see one of the guards gestures to the other, opens the gate, and says, "Would you like us to park your wagon for you?"
Please do. And if you wouldn't mind getting those 3 barrels topped off, we had a big party up there. Trick's gonna try to get every advantage. He's kind of peeved that his charade didn't get them in right away.
And you go, you get off the wagon, and he takes a look and goes, "We'll see what we can do about the barrels."
Appreciate it, and maybe some feed. And as you can tell, the horses are a little bit. They're a little bit. They've been through a hard trip.
Of course, we'll take them to the stable immediately.
And I throw him a bag of coins.
Give him a handful of bag of coins.
He takes it. Thank you, and
thank you.
Well enough to cover it.
And he slips it into his pocket. And before he slips it into his pocket, you notice he kind of splits it with the other guard.
Even better. Yeah, see, this is the kind of people I'm used to talking. Yeah. Hey, you guys should come to our show tonight. We're going to be playing down in the tavern. We'll let you in. You get front row, right up close to the stage.
The advertising is real. Just uses Skywrite and writes it in the air.
Of course. One of them goes, of course, we'll send a guard for Ambassador Zook immediately.
Ambassador Zook.
Luke stands up extra tall.
Your station has been improved. Congratulations.
Man, I can't think of a better time to give you a promotion, Zook. I agree. Ambassador Zook it is. Here, let's celebrate. And I light up the smoke.
Yeah, so you guys
Absolutely.
walk into the building. It's a modest 2-story kind of small manor. When you walk in, there's somebody at a desk behind filling out paperwork, and a couple of people waiting on the side. You see a merchant and a noble, and then on the other side you can see a poorer person just kind of sitting around. They've all got a paper in their hand and are kind of filling it out. When as you approach, she looks up and goes, "What's your business?"
I'll like lean over and I'll point down so that she can see Zook.
She kind of gets up, like half gets up and leans over the table. She's at a higher desk. And
Look, clambers up onto the desk so that she doesn't have to stand up so tall.
she sits back as you.
So he's actually standing on the desk.
You like
Yes,
clamber
thank
up
you.
onto the desk, and you see she backs up, and one of the doors opens, and one of the guards that you had recently paid like steps through urgently, and he kind of sits there, looks at her, looks at you, looks at her, looks at you, kind of confused about what to do.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize I was intruding. And he'll back off and explain the situation, that they need help set up an appointment with the archons, and we'll explain the whole scenario with Mary first, and that they're here on an ambassadorial mission.
Ah, yes,
And,
you're the one that took the boat.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
the envoy.
Yes. They told me about a powerful wizard was coming, Zook, and she looks down at you. You're not really like the most. You guys are just in from a battle, like, and then slept in
We
a
haven't even
dragon's
cleaned off
dungeon.
the
Yeah,
blood yet.
you guys just came in, and she's like, "You don't strike the normal stature."
Of course. We just got into town. We're in a great hurry, to be honest. There's dire situations, many ins, many outs. You understand.
Ambassador Zook has much work to be done.
Thank you.
Of course, the office
Zook
is
sounds
yours.
a little flustered.
If you would prefer, though, you can go upstairs to the dressing rooms and take a bath. I mean, if you have business with any of the nobility, you may want to clean yourselves up a bit.
Oh man, she's sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
I look at Zook. I look at myself. Wander's still got blood all over him.
I was just about to say.
It's like caked.
Still got blood on me.
I don't think anybody cast thaumaturgy, so you guys are all still like caked in Eldrin
man.
blood.
I don't really smell good either because I have that fucking decapitated head.
Oh yeah, you've got the head in
Oh,
your
man.
bag.
Good thing we portaled here. Hey, would you have some facilities that would be more appropriate to ambassadors cleaning up, and perhaps have some clothes brought to us that are more appropriate?
Of course, I'll fetch one of the servants to do it. Although, and
yes.
she looks at the group of you and goes, "Sizing may be difficult."
He just needs oil and a buff cloth.
I'll get him. I'll get him some oil, and I'll have.
Tinker's tools is also very useful.
Understood. I'll have somebody go out and fetch some appropriate clothing, and have maybe if we have time, have a tailor. I understand you're here for an ambassadorial role. Were you here for the conference?
Yes, most definitely. You're talking about the Archon conference, correct?
One of them, yes. Started a day ago.
We need to meet with the ones from the Ceceran Mountains.
Okay.
It is of great import.
Well, and she kind of goes through. I'll have the requisite passes prepared while you are all freshening up. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to call it. Should we burn your clothing when we're done? That looks like blood.
Burning
You
would
can burn
suffice.
everything. You can
Cleanse
burn
the
everything
unholy.
except for this. I'll leave a bag of the clothes to be burned.
Right.
Except for my cloak. I don't want these clothes either.
Yeah, you're like, I don't. You tell her like, I don't care about most of it. Just cloak it. And she turns to the guard and says, "Show them upstairs, and I'll get one of the servants to run a bath." And as you guys walk away, you can hear her quietly go, "Not how I thought my day would be going."
She likes us.
It's a lot more fun than sitting at a desk all day.
Yeah, Zook will leave some plat on the desk before he heads up for the
to cover everything. I wink at Zook. She likes me.
Yes, most definitely. I can tell.
She said it wasn't how she thought her day was going. That's a good thing.
I know. I think she's surprised we came here. She's probably excited to have such lofty guests. I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
Exciting adventurers such as ourselves.
This
might
group
have even
seems to
recognized
leave an
me from-
impression.
She might even recognize me from one of my shows. I bet she was there. She looks like a girl.
We should
at the
invite her.
party. Absolutely. After we get cleaned up.
Yeah, you guys. The guard kind of escorts you up the stairs, past a couple offices, up the stairs, into a couple of quarters, where there seemed to be a young man waiting for you, and he goes, "Right. As ordered, I have begun preparing the baths. We only have 2 though." And he kind of looks at your coterie and goes, "We'll drain it in between. And if you please, there's a sack in there. Please put your clothes in the sack. We will take it out and burn it. Don't get blood on anything."
We shall try our best.
And you guys, this is a fine bath, well-made, large tubs, and very well designed. You're able to, as soon as you guys are finished, as you go out, there's like servants that have brought some clothes. They don't fit perfectly, but they're of a nicer look than like normal town clothes. They're approximately your size. Almost.
She knew what she was doing.
Yeah, almost like not exact. As they kind of put it on, they go. The servant goes, "A fitting would have normally been done in Travage, but I don't know who's being picked as emissaries these days. No offense, but you don't seem the agreeable types."
No offense taken.
And he's sitting there like
Zook says, looking at the obviously children's clothes that they've picked for him.
Yeah, well, when they get you your clothes, you can see they took the term "powerful wizard" a little bit literally. Like what they kind of while like tricks you're like in this fine gallant kind of tunic with like a linen a silk sash. Wander, you've been outfitted in a similar regalia, but you're kind of kept more into a bodyguard role, so you're not in the. You're free to move in yours. Zook, when you get yours, you like unfold it, and at first you think it's like temple robes. And then as they help dress, they throw a sash over you and tie it around back and get this big hat out and goes, "Would you prefer the hat or the staff?"
Hat or a staff? Let's see the hat.
And he takes this hat. It's obviously like a normal size like hat, large hat, and he sets it on it, and it looks very large on you. Kind of off color. He goes,
Perfect.
Let's try the stick. And he hands you like what looks like a walking cane that to you is about a little bit taller than you.
Yeah, perhaps the stick.
Right.
Unless, could I use mending to adjust the hat?
No, because it's not something in need of repair.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah, that makes
rather
sense.
large. And then as soon as you're done, you kind of walk and you look like, despite being, I mean, I think you're only in your like 30s, I believe. You're a younger guy. Like
Yeah.
you look like
no.
they dressed you like you were 70.
Well, I'm 82, but that's still rather young for.
Yeah, for your kind,
No.
that's rather young. But you can see like the clothing they had on hand was like powerful wizard, and they went with that.
Just gonna
Well-
say, Wanderer does not fit his shoes, so he's going barefoot.
The shoes don't fit very well. There's a little
No,
bit
his-
too
his
high of an
toes
arch
tear
on
through.
it. Makes it uncomfortable to walk in like the arched shoes.
He generally wears sandals anyway. Barefoot's fine.
Well, maybe we'll hit the town and see if we can find some more appropriate attire.
And as soon as you guys are all
But
dressed,
we
he goes,
appreciate the effort.
as soon as you guys are dressed, he kind of sets some stuff aside and goes, you obviously have your signet rings. Is your coterie in need of more?
Any meats and cheeses would be nice.
I can have somebody run down to the market.
That'd be great. Thanks.
We weren't expecting well, you after a week of you guys not showing, we kind of thought you were dead.
Yes,
No
we
mo-
had urgent business to attend to.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a table
You
in
can
this
tell.
room that I can see?
Yeah, this room has as you look around, it has a large bed and a writing desk nearby.
Perhaps
Yeah,
you heard of our ventures to the south, the town that was put to sleep. Yeah, we solved that riddle.
That was us. Yeah.
That was you.
I'm gonna grab the maps and stuff while Zook's trying to get these guys to get on going, and I'm gonna prepare for our planning session.
Yeah, as you like lay the papers out and Zook, you're trying to shoo them away, and as soon as you like get the guy who helped you dress you guys like out the door, you can see one kind of slips in and kind of stands with his hands behind the back by the door.
Excellent. That's our guy that'll go run errands for us.
Is he attendant or is he waiting for a tip?
You can see he's kind of put his hands behind his back. He's not waiting for a tip. You can see he's kind of assumed a semi-casual posture. Like he knows he's supposed to watch you guys, like not watch, but be aware of what you guys need. But he looks like an attendant.
Mm.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, so I'm hoping that we can get. And I'll be pointing to the map where we need to go. I'm hoping that we can. If we can't get sigils from Helen, maybe we can get something from these ceceran archons. They probably know all the stuff we need to know to get there, and maybe they can then guide us to the location of this book.
They may not know about the book, but they might
Hmm.
have a way for us to teleport into their realm.
Yeah.
If we can gain their trust somehow.
What do we have that they want?
Maybe we can impress them with a good show tonight.
They seem to value
Ah.
knowledge. If they value knowledge so much, we have a bit of it.
Knowledge is one thing, but we've got to get our foot in the door. Perhaps if they can recognize us, that we have standing in New trest. Maybe they'll trust us.
Yeah, well,
Citizens.
Mary was a envoy. She was like an an ambassador, right? She was trying to keep the peace. Maybe if we can go in there and convince them that we can take their requests to Helen, that they would, maybe they'd give us, maybe that would build some trust with them, give us an opportunity to get those coordinates.
They would most likely ask us to do something on their behalf.
Yeah. Kind of what's in it for them, right?
Just in case, I'm going to position myself somewhat in the doorway with my tinkerer's tools so that Mr. Person can't see the plan being laid out.
The attendant, as soon as you kind of step between you and the attendant, you kind of see he kind of takes a step to the right to make sure he still sees everything. He's not trying to look at the maps, but he's trying not to be blocked off from the view in case anybody would need anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean that's
Right.
his whole job is to like attend to our needs, and you're like, I'm a door.
Door. Wanderer's going to pull out his tinkerer's tools and just work on fixing the bumps that have come from the metal.
What time is it? Maybe.
As soon as you like pull out your tinkerer's tool and kind of start messing with like the metal and trying to buff out the dents, the attendant looks and says, "Would you like me to get a blacksmith?"
That would be very beneficial.
Of course. Give me 30 minutes. I can hire one for the day from the market.
Yeah, I'll give him the coin for that, and then he can do his thing.
Yeah, you hand him the coin. Just a couple of gold. It's a skilled worker, which means a gold piece, essentially. Or I believe it was
I'll
2
give
gold
him
pieces
3.
for a day. Yeah, and he hurries out of the room, like a quick walk out of the room.
Well, that alleviates my stress.
Yeah, so I think that we just got to have something that can convince them. Our goals are to get the coordinates so that we can get the book and then bring the book back to the silvered one. And they don't need to know any of that. In fact, it'd probably piss them off if we told them that.
We definitely need to figure out what they want. They obviously want something.
One thing for sure is that relationship between them and Mary was pretty healthy, and it's gone now, and it's been gone. And I flip open my journal. It's been gone for a very long time, and I doubt that Helen's had the time or the effort and the means to fix it. We could explain to them why she's not really communicating with them as well.
Well, we got an in at the conference. I think we might be able to get some more information there.
I think we can get in, yeah. Agree.
I know this might be a strange topic, but maybe tell them of how this individual died.
Yeah, I thought about that. Do we really want to bring it? They might know something about the void. The archons have been around for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I think we give as little information to them as possible until we know what, if anything, that we can offer them.
Well, and certainly we need to know if if the relationship between them and Travash was a healthy one. I mean, if we could get the archons involved in the fight against the void, that would be huge.
Yeah. I think we just need more information. I think we go out and have a night. Maybe
have
get some better fitting clothes.
Yeah.
Have a good time. A little
clothes. And I look at myself and I'm like, oh, we look marvelous. Are you kidding me?
We look marvelous, but the clothing can be a bit tight at times.
Well, you've got the cloak of fashion, so that's gonna make you look
Yeah,
however you want, right?
that's right. Well, and the clothes now match that, right? Like, I mean, now I've got actual emissarial clothes. My courtier's clothes, they were ruined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't have
if
anything
we've got
left.
time, Zook's
Yeah,
gonna go out and get some fitted clothes so he looks more professional for his role,
I like
and
that.
then
We got some time. We won't be going till tomorrow.
Remember someone told me about a particular style of clothes. I'll see if I can go find it as well.
So you guys are
Trix
going
is
out shopping?
shocked that Wanderer's thinking about fashion. I mean, I guess, yeah, we probably need to replenish some things. Well, they've got us covered for stocking and supplies. I say we go down, have a nice lunch, and see what's out and about. What information? I guess I'll find out how long it's going to take to get the passes and the guide and the ride up to the back up to the tower. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a ride and have someone just drive us up there and back rather than
Now-
using our own stuff.
Trix, you have a background in Cordian, which means you are aware of like proper procedures.
Right.
You would know how to get you have seen nobles command the staff before.
Right.
So
yeah, get us a carriage.
yeah, it's not hard for you to and you know the proper like mannerisms of everything. You may have not be familiar with doing it yourself, but having gone through the
I'm a mimic.
circumstances, you're able
Yeah.
to get them to retrieve a carriage from you. You notice that they don't retrieve just any carriage. They retrieve one that's kind of nondescript, just kind of brown wooded. It's a nicer wood, but not too nice. And the two guards from the front are accompanying on the front, on driving the carriage.
Notice it's got springs, man. This is gonna be a nice, comfortable ride. Finally, the ride we deserve.
Trix, this is a nice feeling for you, considering your background. You're like, oh, I'm finally in that position.
You've made it.
I've made it. I got a Honda.
Yeah, and you guys get the carriage and head down to the market. And I assume doing your shopping, get whatever supplies you need. I'm assuming you're not looking for anything specialized. Stop in at a tailor to get some clothes fitted.
This is more just like spell components, just stuff to like replace our own personal things.
Yeah, which means we're not
Stuff we
doing
would
a
not
full
have sets of
shopping
stash
moment.
for. Yeah.
Zook's gonna drop some plat and get a fitted, like a nice suit. He's gonna look pro
Not
when
a
he
zoot
shows up.
suit, a zook
Yeah,
suit.
a Zook suit.
Yeah,
A zook suit.
you get nice and fitted, and a nice suit, a nice tunic fitted, some trousers,
A new hat.
a new hat, something less conspicuous. Like when you were when you guys got out of the carriage there and started like walking around, Zook, you still had the stick for some reason because you agreed to take the stick. And so, like, you caught the eye of, like, half of the mercenaries in the area. You saw, like, groups of adventurers immediately kind of start to spread out.
What kind of is this like a staff of?
For you, it looks like
a
a staff.
magic staff?
No, it's not magical, but you're dressed like a wizard. And when you notice, like, the adventurers who look at you, they're not aggressive. They're not doing anything rude. You just notice, for some reason, they get 25 feet apart from each other.
That's what we call respect.
That is respect, for sure.
And for some reason, before you reach the fitter, every person that you talk to refers to you as Master Wizard.
I love it.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
going for a little bit less wizard, more ambassador,
More noble.
with this outfit.
But everybody
Yeah.
knows. They're like, he's not going to get us in one of those spells that gets everybody within 30 feet.
You're not hitting everybody with a fireball.
Only some.
You get a fireball, and you.
I believe a
Next
a
time.
set of fine clothes runs about 10 gold pieces, and that'll be fitted like noble's clothes.
Oh
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. We're going 12 gold on this, and we're gonna get the extra doodads.
Yeah,
some
that-
silver linings,
Yeah,
ogles. You know.
they include a nice little like amulet with it, some line the stuff. Make sure you got decent like cufflinks and everything to make your tunic stand out. It does cost like they're able to fancy it up already because they're using less material. But after about a few hours, you guys do manage to get you do manage to get like outfitted, restock your spell components, go ahead and take the money out of your guys' sheets. I believe you just got paid, so get your spell stuff ready.
Let me work
you
on
get new
dividing the coin.
tunics.
I forgot to do that.
And as soon as you guys are done with your little shopping, you meet back at the carriage. And where do you want to go from here?
I mean, what information do we need to know before we head up to the conference tomorrow? Or do we need to get anything for the show tonight? Should we see if there's someone in town that could do fireworks? We could like put on like a fucking humdinger tonight.
It's not a bad idea. Get some attention.
I mean, we want them to never forget us.
Get the
You
Prince
remember that
Ali
one
entrance.
show? Yep. Mm-hmm. You remember. Wanderer wasn't there. Oh my god, dude. This one show we had brought the whole town in. In fact, I think they may have named the town after us.
Fascinating. I must go someday.
You had your
Oh,
banger of a
there's
party in
definitely a
the city
statue.
of Trebosh. It was.
Those were the good old days.
Wander is also going to get some kind of fitted attire because I don't think most things would be fitted for Warforged.
No, you would need to get something fitted.
God, what would that look like?
I'm going to get some kind of regal-looking duster.
Ooh,
Okay.
Gunslinger.
Yeah,
I
you
like
get
it.
yourself a duster. It's not. They
Yeah, dude.
nice looking, well fitted, insulated on the inside. Either that and a kind of rough cloth on the outside, so that it doesn't look too fancy, but it's well constructed. Yeah, that I'll say that'll run you about 10 gold.
All right. I'm also going to grab me a few potions. I'll send you how much I spend.
Okay, yeah, as long as they're just
Pockets
basic potions
everywhere.
of healing, you should be fine in the city.
Yeah, it has a lot of tactical pockets.
Custom.
But yeah, you guys meet back at the carriage, and where do you guys want to go from there?
When is this conference? Is it the following day or later on in the week?
As you understand it, it's already ongoing.
It's just a matter of how long it takes them to get our passes. I think is the only time limit right now.
Yeah, when you like after you shop and get everything and bring your bags back to the carriage, they take it back to the embassy. And as you get back, you know the ambassador goes, the lady behind the desk goes, we'll have your pass by the morning. The archons are just
Perfect.
contacting our home about information on the new ambassador.
We'll get it all worked out.
And
I'm sure you guys will do your job.
get ready for your
You're the
guys'
experts.
party at the tavern.
All right. I'll put the calculations in chat.
Perfect.
Are we able to find a magician or sorceress who specializes in pyrotechnics and and particularly the celebratory type, not like
Look,
necessarily the nuclear type.
yeah,
Although that could be fun too.
This is Trest. This is the city of Trest. Um, University of Magic up at the top. It's not hard for you to find some poor student that's sitting there studying evocation at a tavern somewhere and be like, you want to make some gold, kid?
Hey, kid, you want to blow some shit up?
Yeah. Do you want to cast some spells and do you want to make some gold? Like in other cities, it would be a little bit harder. You've searched for magicians before. In this one, it's so much as he doesn't look that busy.
You're not studying for your finals, are you?
And if you are, I got a great one for you.
So yeah, you're able to get a
This'll
magician
test
for
your
your show.
skills.
I'm-
Cool.
I'm gonna have anybody partaking roll performance at advantage.
Oh yeah.
Wanderer shall try his hand.
Oh, dude, you're gonna love this, man. Like, this is really part of finding your own way and having your own song
Looks
to
fit.
sing and making your own stories.
There's performance, right?
Yeah, performance at advantage.
Performance at advantage. You know, Wanderer's never really played music before.
Hey, man, you kind of like do a percussion thing because you're so nervous with your knees.
I got this. Zook, I don't see you having rolled performance yet.
Oh yeah, we're coming in. Zook's gonna do the Hobbit type accompaniment, and also contribute to some of the magic that's going on. Let's
Oh,
get.
yeah.
Like I said, we're getting advantage on this.
Definitely want to see what the pyrotechnic's gonna roll. That could blow up in our face.
Give me just a second. I'm making a roll for your guys' pyrotechnics. Not bad.
Brutal.
Okay, this is an interesting thing. You guys have played in a few places before. I think you've only played in one place in the northern continent, and Trest is close enough to the Shattered Territories where some of the customs have bled over. And you guys start partying, and like some people start to get rowdy, and at some point, you know, Wanderer starts a Wanderer pushes somebody, and it just starts a brawl in the center. The
Hell
magician
yeah.
gets pulled into it. You can see fireballs start to go off in the middle as like the group starts to like scatter around. You guys are still playing as like Wanderer, the wizard, two guys, and for some reason a kobold are just duking it out on the ground. Go ahead and roll to attack, Wanderer.
no.
I shall do that in but a moment. I'm currently fixing a thing I messed up.
Okay, give me a strength check. You're not using any proficient weaponry.
Yes. Okay, that. Fuck. Come on, work. There you go. All right, and then we'll look at that later. Okay, strength. It is check.
Yep.
I'm feeling pretty strong.
It's one of those like everybody kind of gets to the side. You notice, Zook, you've studied a little bit. You would have, and Trix, you know quarters and stuff. So you know in the Shattered Territories there is a activity of entertainment of fighting. Not exactly pit fighting, but like brawling in the bars. You notice that as you guys have like scattered, as you guys are playing, and as the people who haven't like settled in too much into the brawl kind of step back, and you notice they formed like almost a circle as this Warforged and half Goliath are just brawling it out.
If Wander wasn't wearing a mask, you'd see a smile on his face.
And after the brawl is done,
Zook's
the Goliath. Actually, I'm going to make a strength check for the Goliath.
Zook's taking bets too. He's like, he's out there trying to middleman it.
No, this is a KO like very quickly. For some reason, the Goliath is
no.
very off his game, and you're just able to hit him hard enough that he goes down, and the party keeps going.
Oh yeah. We like start making
Afterwards, I'm gonna
him
get him a
like
drink.
an object, put a little flower in his head.
Like you guys mess with him, and you can see the group kind of drag the Goliath out of the bar and throw him into the gutter, and you guys keep playing, and as you guys settle down for the evening, and get ready to go back to the embassy, the barkeeper like sets out like 10 pieces of gold and goes, "Well, that was fun." Be lively again, and there'll be some coin in it for you.
I love it. We will definitely come back here after our business, and to all of the help we appreciate tonight. That setting up the stage, and you guys just did a great job. Thanks a lot. Did we see any of the people that we invited? Like particularly, I'm interested if we saw the guard from the Archons.
The Archon did not come. You did
Okay.
notice another a very burly guy bearing a cloak with a symbol on it, the Trestian crest, but you do not see an actual Archon in like full regalia.
Okay. All right. So maybe that was the symbol, maybe not. We don't know yet because I don't think we've met any legitimate Archons.
No.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Before we go to the conference, let's take 5. Let's get some
Dun,
water.
dun. Ah. Okay.
I know.
Can that water have alcohol in it? Sorry, man.
I will
I
be
can't wait
right
to
back.
get to the
I also need to
conference.
get some water. I can feel a tickle in the back of my throat. And we'll be right back.
Yep, 5 minutes sounds good.
Oh,
We'll be back after these short messages.
dude.
I want to
thought for
swear,
sure
but
the pyrotechnics were
I
gonna
can't.
go better.
Also, I am going to leave my pot.
All right.
Oh, I thought the pyrotechnics were gonna be the hit of the show, man, not Wanderer.
I was really hoping it would be a nat 1 to just explode.
One hit Johnson, man. Holy cow, dude. You pile drive that guy.
Listen, Wanderer felt pretty good after getting his style.
I mean, I want to know, did you even know that you hit him? Was it like one of those just like you think you're dancing and you just flail around and you knock this Goliath out?
It's the I thought you were stronger meme.
Well, at least it's mission successful. We got the standing and the notice, I think, that we were looking
Yes. Yeah, and I think, I mean, as far as like success, I think we did okay. I guess it remains to be seen.
The bartender
Our
thought it
con
was
get-
a success. That's a good sign.
10 gold's worth. That's actually one of the highest takes we've taken so far. So short of the one from Travash, I think that's the second biggest one. The Travashian one was definitely the biggest.
I'm gonna be right back as well. I'm gonna grab some water.
Yeah, damn it, man. One of the fireworks to go off. Rolls it too. Oh. Yeah, do you think we're missing anything else? I mean, it seems like we got it all. We just need to get the sigil or the address, and we need to get the authorization to be there. The only thing I can think of, our only way in that I can see so far is that we're playing the role that Mary was playing. Does that make sense? No.
Yeah, if we can make a contact that's familiar with Mary, I think that gives us a shoe in. We may not get
Good
the
point.
teleporting, which is
Yeah.
fine. We can travel down there, but we just want to, make acquaintances and
Right.
have an official contact, and have permission to go, so that we don't just
Yeah, I
show
like
up.
this. I like the thing. I like the thing where we try to find out if anyone else knows Mary. That's a really good point. Like, because that's a real thing, right? We're not depending on our own creativity or deception to get through if we find somebody that actually knew Mary, because we can
Yeah.
prove our relationship with her.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll see if we can make an official contact to whoever Mary would have been communicating with, and then that will, I think, get us
Yeah.
an introduction at least to somebody that can make decisions, get us paperwork, and maybe even access to a teleportation circle.
Yeah. So, out of character, is Zook's character? Is Trix the only one that's terrified to go back to like the void and Savage and where all the bad shit
Oh
is?
yes, oh yeah. Zook does not. He misses Travash, but he's of course terrified about
You don't
encountering
have
the void
family in
again.
Travash. You're missing Travash more because of like we had good times and we've got our little keep there and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of home now
It's kind of
for it.
home, right? Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
I was wondering
originally
if
he's from the Underdark. I think he would
that's
have been
true
anyway.
too. Yeah.
I never
I'm
really
wondering. I'm
officially
wondering if we
stated that,
need
but
to figure out if have we covered when we gave Brune's daughter her share of the keep. Do you think that covered our debt with her?
it better have.
I think it should have.
That bitch is lucky. That bitch is lucky she had anything coming to her after her dad
Yeah,
just disappeared
well,
on her.
not only that, but what the hell was he thinking? Lightning, shocking, grasping her and killing her buddy, man. Like, what the hell? I don't know, man. I just want to see. I want to see Travash again, but I want to see it like in its glory without the void. Like I guess I'm thinking. Trix feels like we're not gonna ever see. It's kind of like
I am back.
it's like post. He's like pre-war, and he knows he'll see it post-war kind of feeling. Like he'll never
Yeah,
see it the way he saw it before. And when he first saw it, it was the biggest city. It's kind of like it's like a small town kid, finally going to like, oh, I don't know, like Kansas City, right? Like it's not New York City, right? But it's big, right? It's bright lights, it's big city, it's
Yeah,
people
right.
everywhere, all these different kinds of
yeah,
people. And then, so that's how he always envisions Travash. But now he's seen even bigger and better and brighter. But he also has seen war and he's seen like devastation. So now he's worried that like that's what he gets to see. That he'll never see Travash again the way it was. Plus, he's worried
I
about
think
dying.
Travash isn't Travash probably the biggest city we've been to. I mean, there was
Could be,
one
yeah.
on the East Coast that was big,
I
but I
think
don't
New
think it was as
Trest
big as.
is the most modern, but yeah, I think you're right. I think Travash is the biggest. Yeah, so it may be more like New York, right, or San Francisco or something.
Yeah,
But he sees it
that's kind
like
of how.
as it kind of the jewel in his dream, right, and thinks that he'll never see it like that again. In his imagination, the void's already taken over everything down there.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
how aware we actually are of how far the void spread, though.
we've never asked. I don't know if Helen would even tell us. She might not want us to know. If I tell you, you'll fuck it up even worse.
But it is
You don't want
definitely
to know.
impending doom, right? There's nothing holding it back, and we
Yeah,
know that it's been unleashed. So
but that's why I'm kind of. I think I'm picking to not to avoid going back there at all costs. Like, because I don't think Trix would want to go back. I think that he would go back for duty and that's it. He wouldn't even go back for love. He's like, I'll find a different girl.
You're like, it's not worth it.
There's something about knowing two goddesses that's turned him into like a Lothario or something. I don't know. It's like,
Sorry, I am almost ready here.
I think all rock stars, even if they're not good, they get this like self-image that everybody loves them, even if they don't love themselves, kind of thing.
Zook just thinks you're extra conceited because he doesn't understand. He's never met deities.
Could be. I hadn't thought about that. I always envisioned him as being this like kid with big eyes, right? But yeah, I mean, like that could be that is the root of conceit, isn't it? Yeah, that's actually a valid point. I like that.
But he also understands that you're like a super impressive magician and you come from this noble background that Zook has no idea about.
Right.
He's just trying to emulate that when he's
and he's just trying to be like
his.
Yeah, he's just trying to be like his mom, who was like the best musician in the world, right? Like he's got Mozart for a mom, and he's just some kid that can tickle the ivories.
Sounds like everybody's back. We are ready to get ourselves.
They've got a room in the house for all the medals and awards she's got. He's got what's in his back pocket.
Riding on her laurels.
It's a nice bag of holding. Partly just like thinking that that's how it happens, right? Like everybody just eventually gets great. Like he doesn't know that he'll never be as good as her. Like that's outside of his periphery because he thinks it just happens, right? Like when somebody is gifted, they just become a great musician, like his mom. He doesn't realize how rare that is. And he doesn't realize he'll be in the bottom 50%. He doesn't think that. He thinks they're the greatest.
Right.
And he loves everyone in the band, right? Like that's the other part of it, right? Is he's looking at you and he's looking at Warner and going, wow, yeah, my bandmates, bro.
So yeah, you guys.
There's also the thing that the great minds are rarely recognized in their time, either. So
I mean,
yep. He's finding and reviving, like he's bringing back some songs, about Thalia that have been lost. He's bringing back songs about the times that were lost, because he's found all these songs all over, and he doesn't probably even realize the value of those songs, right? Why they were powerful in their time and why they'll be powerful after he's gone.
Okay,
which may be more his legacy won't be what a great musician it was. It'll be that other people will be singing these songs. Yeah. And they probably won't even know where they come from, right?
Okay. So, so as you guys you finished up your party, you went back to the embassy and got some rest. As you guys are awakened in the morning, you guys aren't allowed to wake up at any old hour. As the dawn awakens, one of the attendants comes by and awakens everybody.
Absolutely.
And then
does the attendant look tired? Does he look like the attendant was at our show? Yeah.
This attendant does not.
Damn it! I thought everybody was there. All right.
You notice as you guys kind of get ready and what you've bought, and have had cleaned and everything, you guys get ready. As you make your way down, the lady behind the desk, she looks a bit exhausted, and one of the guards standing by the door looks tired.
Oh yeah. I knew she liked me. She's probably exhausted because she was working all night to get our shit together, and I think it's because she was at the show. She was with the guard. All right, so we step out. To our
as you guys
luxurious wooden.
As you guys step out
carriage.
To the carriage, one of the attendants is dressed in a finer garb than he was the day before, and you can see he's holding a set of papers, and he comes up to you and says, "Of course, I'll be accompanying you and familiarizing yourself with the itinerary."
That's your job, Zook.
And
I will hand the stack of paperwork to the guy with the stack of paperwork.
you hand the paperwork to him, and the more paperwork that he has, and he kind of holds it in both arms and hands back your set of paperwork and says, "Those are copies for the ambassador."
Excellent.
And he accompanies
Ambassador Zook.
at the top, of course, is a small scroll with the seal of trest, bound in a golden kind of silk. And he goes, "Of course," and gestures. He gets into the carriage last, and as you guys start riding slowly towards where you guys know where the embassy was before, he quickly starts going through. I don't believe we had enough time to bring you up to speed on the major players.
Okay, please bring us up to speed.
Yes, Ambassador Zook, you need to be aware of Eliath. He is a noble from Trest. He's kind of mediating this conference. He is the host outside of the embassy. Within the embassy, of course, it is the Ceceran embassy, so be aware that when on grounds, you are under the banner of the Ceceran Archons and under the protection of Veer.
Veer?
So, are there any rules and and regulations that we need to make sure that we're following? What are some uncommon traditions that they might have that are different from New Trest or Chavash?
The Archons, look, so it's a tenuous thing between the two groups of Archons. Be aware of that. Don't stoke the fires. They kind of still have some bad blood. Be aware that Lord Commander...
Not between Trest and Veer?
Yes.
Between the two Archons?
Between the two Archon sets, the Trestian set of Archons and the Ceceran set of Archons. They do not get they do not get along very well. Now,
Eliath would have been Mary's contact?
Eliath was Mary's contact in the city. He would have normally arranged this kind of thing. Be aware... Commander Elijah of the Trestian Archons. You'll know him when you see him. He's a rough man. Try to give them the proper courtesy. His full title is Lord Commander. So is the title of Veer. Lord Commander Veer as well. Be aware, though. Be careful when acknowledging them, because each of them claims the same title, and they don't believe the other one deserves it.
I see. Yeah, so we've got two Archons, and one is led by Lord Commander Elijah, and one's led by Lord Commander Veer, and we can't tell each other one's the Lord Commander when the other one's in the presence. Okay, got it.
On top of that, do not, unless brought up and familiar, be aware that the most sore subject to talk about is the Knight of Broken Crowns.
So don't bring up the Knight of Crowns.
And he kind of goes through the documents. You will be having a couple of meetings today. First meeting, of course, is simply an introduction. Then lunch will be prepared, at which point the discussions, and he hands it, of expansion of the Ceceran Archons into the old Trestian territory, as well as the expansion of Trestian Archons into the Shattered Territories. Be aware, I was able to get you as an observer. You're more there to acknowledge that the deal's fair and help with the mediation. Mary would normally do this. This is some
we'll take
tenuous
care of
ground.
So, you said Elijah and Eliath are both from Trest, and they're both Lord Commander?
No. If you need to give a title to Eliath, he is simply Governor Eliath. He is not a military leader.
Okay, Eliath and Elijah are both from Trest, though.
Yes. Eliath represents
Good.
the government itself and is the current mediator and the official host, while Lord Commander Elijah is the leader of the Trestian Archons.
The Trustian Archons, do they trace their roots back to old Trust or just new Trust?
Both do.
Okay. That's part of the battle, right?
Well,
That's why they're divided, is they both claim the same.
Well, they claim each other are traitors, and so that's why we're hoping to avoid the discussion of the Night of Broken Crowns altogether. Be aware that with Lord Commander Veer in the building, we are on heightened security. We have not had the leader of the mountains leave the territory in close to a century. And at
Is there
this,
any reason to
you go ahead.
Is there any reason to believe that Lord Commander Veer is here for anything other than the conference? Or any ulterior motives?
That's questionable. We're not sure what Veer wants. She keeps to herself. She was on good terms with Mary, though. They visited often. So if you had sway with
Good to know.
anybody in the room, it would be her.
Sir, do we know how old Mary or Lord Commander Veer is?
It's hard to say. She traces her. We can trace her leadership back to the Night of Broken Crowns, but not before.
So she's as older than Mary.
Yes, maybe. I'm not sure how old Mary was exactly. Wasn't she like 30?
900 years old.
900? What is she? Some kind of elf? And at this point, he looks out the window and like you can see you're getting into the crowds, and he kind of straightens himself up and goes, "I'm sorry for my outburst." And pretty soon, one of the archons is like wrapping their fingers on the window.
Yeah, we'll open the curtain and do we recognize the Archon?
Yeah, it's the same guy from yesterday.
Zuko motioned to him just 5 minutes.
And as you're like poking behind the corner, go just 5 minutes. He looks at it and goes, looks to the guards and says, "Are they supposed to be here? Do you need to turn the wagon around?"
We could circle around the block.
And the guards go, "Of course." And the Archon goes, "Okay." And then gestures to his Felidar.
Nice.
As you
We need to
guys
buy a little more time.
As you guys turn the wagon down one of the streets, out the back, you do notice the Felidar is following the wagon.
Perfect. Oh, there's no shit.
And as you guys kind of clear the crowds, the attendant kind of loosens himself up a little bit and goes, "Did you have more questions?"
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we get all this straight. We don't want to make any missteps on this. So, to recap, Eliath is from Trest to be titled Governor and was Mary's contact. Elijah of Trest is Lord Commander Veer and also knew Mary and was a contact of Mary. Is that correct?
Yes, Lord Commander Veer. Lord Commander Veer was a contact. Was the main contact of Mary through the Ceceran Mountains.
Main contact. Okay. And she should be who we would presume to be the most trusted for establishing relations.
Yes, her and the ambassador often met together. As far as my notes tell me, they were friends.
Is there anybody we should not contact or be wary of? Do we have any?
Mary was wary of Eliath. Governor Eliath has always put his own interests above everything.
Typical.
That's good to know. Good to know. Thank you.
In fact, from what we've heard, the crowds are his doing. The archons preferably wanted to come in quietly, but he insisted on their announcement.
I see. And this fellow following us, what do you know about him?
Archon Felidar.
Zook says.
It's a little animal, part lion, part panther with
Felidar.
wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Felidar.
Oh, okay, it's a creature.
Felidar of the Archons. Most Archons bond with them for life. They have as far as I know, they have telepathic contact with each other, and are their
Do
preferred
you
mounts.
think? Interesting. Zook says,
Good.
looking at his amulet of proof of detection and location,
Yeah.
wonder if it'll help out.
Yep.
And then looking at the others, he'll to see if they have any other questions. And if not, he'll motion to circle back around to the entrance.
I'm a
this
little
is the
confused.
this is the guard, right, that was helping us out the other day that turned us back around.
The guard that turned you around was the one that you talked to there. Yep, that.
Yeah. So, yeah, just make sure that he understands that we've gone through all the steps that he wants us to. And if there's anything else that he can do to help us out, we'll be
Where
sure to remember.
exactly is Lord Commander Veer from?
It's a good question.
Where do they hail?
As far as we know, she's originally from the Shattered Territories. Beyond that, we don't know.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I can show you on the map, Wanderer, where she's hailed from, but we don't know if she's actually from there or not. And
We don't know where
the fact
she's
that
from.
she's in relationships with
All
Mary.
we know is that she rose to power out in the Night of Broken Crowns, after the Ceceran Mountains were secured during the War of the Shattered Territories.
Out of character, the Night of Broken Crowns, is that the one that happened thousands of years ago, or is this 300 years ago?
A few hundred years ago. So this was the events of the Galvan invasion.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah, this was the events of the Galvan
invasion. Does that help, Wanderer?
Indeed.
And we would know, I think we would know that history, kind of.
You would know, spoken about. You would know about the war. You would not know,
know any of the
individual battles. But you are in Trest
either.
Which is why you're in New Trest, which is why this guy seems to mention it so brazenly, like it's something people know. So
And it is
Oh.
interesting that he uses it all as Trestian, as if the old trust doesn't exist. It's almost like he's got a vested interest in proving that not only is he the governor of the existing trust, but he's the governor of trest, the historical trust. Like the governor's definitely got ambitions.
That is exactly what I was going to ask. Is which one is he governor of? But I guess it's both.
No, he's governor of New Trust, but he's
Governor of New Trust.
right. Am I
you are
right?
right.
He's
He's the
like
governor of
representing
New
himself
Trest.
as
That's the notes I'm
he's
trying to
representing
clear up.
himself as he's representing himself as more than he is, which I'm used to doing.
So we got the Trustian Archon, Shared Territories, and New Trust. Okay.
Yeah, no, you are an entirely different realm of geopolitics here.
Yeah. Did the Trustian Archons were they Archons that moved away from the Shattered Territories and are now stationed in New Trust, and I realize that that this treaty is to put them into the Shattered Territories. Were they there originally, or did they form outside of the Shattered Territories, and now they're trying to claim their right to be there?
Yeah, as you ask this, your attendant goes, the Archons, after Lord Commander Veer assumed control of the Ceceran Mountains and they schismed, this group solidified itself with a new trust. Both groups hail from can trace their lineages back or trace their orders back to the original
Yep.
Archons.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. That's important. Did the Archons help form the universities and libraries and temples that we see here in New Trust?
No, the new Archon Order acts as city guard, city watch, and current military. They did have a hand in founding the city, but their numbers have grown of recent.
Do the Ceceran Archons have the same roles and responsibilities, or are they more of their own town and country?
Well, after Veer took over, they mediated between Eastern and Western Sutrana. And the Ceceran Mountains act as a buffer state between the two.
How did that mediation go? Are those two countries and are they still at peace?
Tenuous, but there.
Which country has the Silvered One been in contact with? We've been tasked with retrieving an object. We need to know
Excellent.
who to negotiate with.
I'm not
its return.
familiar with this Silvered One. No, you're still asking your attendant. He's kind of got his papers, and as soon as you say the Silvered One, he gets this confused look and he starts going through his papers like, I wasn't ready for this.
Pay it no mind. Go ahead, Zook. Sorry.
It's above your pay grade, but the mountains. What did they tell us? What did they tell us out of character?
I think we're supposed to be in the Ceceran Mountains for the library. That's either the library or that's where the person lives that has the object.
Yeah. Ceceran Mountains. Library Divine.
Man, I wish I'd written it down better. Yeah. So the Shattered Territories and then the Cecerans are above
The mountains
that
in the
area.
south.
Correct. Yeah. They overlook it, right? Like the Shattered Territories is kind of like not a valley, but like that's the area and the mountains are huge, right? They're these monstrous mountain range that's around it, or on one border. Do they circle them or do they just go through one border? I can't remember.
As far as you know of the Ceceran Mountains, as far as they go, they range from sea to sea between Eastern and Western Sutrana. This is
So one or the other may be able to gain us access if it's in between.
I think so.
And what
I
about
think we
these
work on.
portals?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't bring them up. Maybe we don't bring them up yet.
I mean, let's see if we can. What kind of relationship we can build? I think the relationship with Lord Commander Veer is going to be important to us. I think that we need to be cautious in our presentation of favoring one or the other, but I think that we also need to be aware that that Elijah Lord Commander that they are brokering a peace here, and we really want to make sure that we don't that above all we support that peace. I don't know that the division is equal or good, but our goal here is to save the world, and in order to do that, we need to retain this object. And
Yeah, so Zook in character, Zook's gonna say, I think the game plan is to stay quiet, don't bring any of the key pieces up, just see where they fall and see what contacts we can make, and then we can
maybe we can
reassess
get a private audience.
before we
Private audience with
before we
Veer.
go.
That would be good. Yeah. And maybe we have to get private audiences with all of them just to make it seem like we're not playing favorites. We are.
Yeah, I think
We
the
are
goal is to give up as little as possible, make
and gain
contacts,
as much.
and
Yeah. We're
not rock
deploying
the boat.
ourselves. Yeah, we're deploying ourselves as Mary's replacement, or at least temporary replacement. So we'll need to act as that at some level.
yeah.
Very good.
You guys finish rounding the corner, and you guys are back to where you
Yeah.
were before with the archon rapping on your door.
Yeah,
And
just
Zook
give them the
puts on
papers.
his most serious face and
He's got his
steps out of the
monocle.
carriage. Yeah.
He does. As you go to step out of the carriage, he kind of stops and says, "Papers." Remember, this barricade is like half a block from the embassy itself. They're trying to keep the people back.
Yeah, this guy he's business as usual.
Yeah, so standing in the carriage door, Zook hands over the paperwork we have.
And
we have 2 copies of paperwork, right? Like one for him and one for. Okay.
Yeah,
This time in good order and promptly.
Yeah, he takes the papers, reads it, hands it back to you, and goes, "Carry on." And he points to one of his guys. "Follow them in. Make sure no one gets to them."
Appreciate it.
And you guys progress to the embassy. The embassy is another two-storied manor-like building. Out front, you can see a couple of archons standing there. You can see they're facing each other, and their felidars are facing each other. And when you approach, only one of them turns. They are bearing 2 different crests.
Nice. And we get to see them, the symbols.
Yes, so on the armor plating of both knights, the one on the right bears the symbol of trest, which was originally, but it looks like it has been split in half, and you can see the symbol of trest split in half with what looks like a shattered crown.
No way.
And a blade through it.
Dude,
is it possible for Wanderer to try and draw that?
Yeah, not very subtle.
I will get you I'll find you a symbol, but you would be able to, like, you look at it and draw. And the other one bears the symbol of trest. But underneath it looks with the current symbol of new trest, which is the symbol of trest, with it looks like almost a banner underneath that in Old Elvish means eternally the people.
Wanderer likes that one.
I know. Are we the good guys?
And when you get in, the one with the broken crown checks your papers and escorts you in. As you get in, you can see the banners on it bear the same symbol. They are not being subtle. Like, you look at this and you're like, oh no, this is not subtle at all. As you enter in, there's an older gentleman behind the table, and he goes, I've been informed of your arrival, Ambassador Zook, and your coterie as well. I will take you upstairs.
I'm Ambassador Tricks.
You are, of course, the first to arrive this morning. But I hear the governor should be here within a few minutes. If you'd like, you can take a seat. We can provide you with some refreshments, or provide you with anything you might need to freshen up. But the governor will arrive, and at that time, we will begin introductions.
Is there somebody that can show us into the room where we'll meet? We'd like to observe the room before the governor arrives.
Of course.
Thank you.
And he takes you.
Refreshments would be nice.
Yeah, he when you say refreshments would be nice, he says, of course. And he leads you up some stairs. To like, there's circular stairs at the edge of the building. He takes you up the stairs through a small hallway and to a well-designed little meeting room. It's rather cramped, but it looks like it would be fine for 2 to 3 people. It's starting to get there with 4. And there.
That's our
And
whole party, basically.
Is
There's a
this
map.
the room where we'll be meeting, or is this just the room for like refreshments?
This will be the meeting room. I do apologize.
Okay.
We
As
weren't.
soon as he walks out the door, I'm going to be checking for like any kind of
You want to case the joint?
no, I mean, I want to make sure that there's no like spying or scrying devices, that there's like, that it's truly a place of safety for speech and meeting, that there's no like hidden traps, there's no like things that are going to injure people, that are going to start a war.
Yeah, give me a investigation check as you guys enter in.
Can I also look around the room for physical things that could be of hazard?
Go ahead and give me
my
investigation
God,
as
this
well.
Trix was so ambitious, so aggressive. He just went to hell, dude. He tripped over his own feet.
Yeah, you like start like searching.
Natural
You're
20.
trying to do it quietly. Double natural 20. You guys like checking behind banners, checking chairs. You guys don't find anything. As soon as Trix kind of tips over a chair, everyone else kind of gets into action and starts just looking around. You don't find any scrying devices as you guys like you kind of bat the air trying to find something that might be invisible and don't see it. And as you guys are kind of investigating around, you can hear the footsteps of a man approaching.
Yeah, Zook will sit down.
I'm going to quickly pull my cape from back over my face and like try to adjust my shit so I don't look like I've been doing extra work.
Wander's going to push all the chairs back into position.
Zook can
Yeah,
tell.
we're gonna look.
Nobody else can
casually
tell.
bald.
Zook can tell that I am completely disheveled and embarrassed and blushing. I just look like a topaz dragonborn, but to him, he's like, "Oh my God, come on!"
Yeah, you sit
pull
down
yourself
as you
together.
see this older gentleman come around the corner with the attendant that you were with, and the attendant comes in and goes announcing Lord Governor Eliath of Trest. And of course, the older gentleman sets in, and you see him like take a few pieces of paper out and sort them together and set them on the table, and says, yes, the staff from the Trestian embassy said you would be coming." You must be the new ambassador.
We are the temporary
Zook
attaché until a formal person can be.
Of course. And
Can
he
be
goes to
assigned.
shake.
We're
He
here to-
holds out his hand to shake Zook's. Well,
Yeah, Zook defers to the courtesan, and
I'm gonna
allows him
respond with the appropriate response, not knowing whether not knowing exactly what is being done, but have I seen this approach somewhere before? Is it similar to something in my past?
yes, you've seen this approach. It's a very formal greeting. And as he kind of stretches out his hands, I hope our relationship can be as fruitful as it was with Mary's.
Oh man. I think I better do a history check. I don't know if I know the correct response here
Give me history.
or if I remember it. I'm going to attempt to do what I think is the correct response verbally and somatically.
Yeah, you attempt the proper response, and he take his hand and shakes it, and he sets himself down and goes, "Of course, we'll be waiting for our other attendees. They should be here very quickly." And very
Elias.
yes.
Quickly before they arrive, we've been advised to be careful about using leadership terms. What terms do you use for Elijah and Veer when they're both in the same room?
Commander.
Thank you.
Commander would be the appropriate reply. And as you're
Turn to Zook. Go ahead.
he says that, and as he's talking, you can hear what sounds like additional footsteps coming down the hallway. And he takes his seat, and the same attendant from before enters, and he says, "Introducing Lord Commander Veer, Breaker of Blades."
Oh man, we stand up. I motion to Zook to stand up.
You guys kind of get the feeling that you should stand as soon as the governor stands himself, and you can see a thinner, black-haired woman in light armor enter through with a blade on her hip. Can I get a history check from Zook?
Oh God, I hope I'm wrong.
You look at that thing, and you've heard stories about the Knight of Broken Crowns. This is the Duchess's blade.
No fucking way.
The old Duchess of Trest. From the stories, it was the blade that shattered the Godslayer.
Isaiah, are you doing this to me? No,
Past overload.
not fair.
Wanderer is going to do a sign of respect, which is kind of like a samurai bow from the waist.
And she quickly shakes the hand of you see she kind of shakes the hand of Aleth, but as she shakes the hand of Aleth, you can see she shakes it with her left hand, and as she does that, she adjusts the blade with her right.
Cool.
Tricks. This is a sign of caution that you've seen in the courts.
And let her have a seat if it's... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You've seen this sign before. Nobles have done this before. It is a sign of caution for them.
Yeah, this is...
You know that in the courts, this is a sign that she can either shake the hand or quickly in one motion reach for the blade. As soon as she kind of sits down, you can hear heavier footsteps approaching, armored footsteps. And the attendant, of course, comes through and says, "Now introducing Lord Elijah of the Trestian Archons."
What is her response to the label, to the title?
You see a
Is
little
she
bit.
one of those people that keeps
You see, she kind
her
of
shit together? Or?
she looks normal, but you can see that she shot a glance to the attendant. When he messed up the title entirely, you heard it. He said Lord, and didn't even say Commander. As this armored knight walks in, white armored, gashed through. It looks very old. He takes off his helmet, and you can see a very old man underneath, grizzled and toughened. And he sets the helmet on the table and turns towards you guys to shake your hands. "I am Elijah, current commander of the Trestian Guard."
I'm Tamarius Goldstone, and I will kind of do a little bit of a head bow, knowing that if I, from my courtier background, knowing that if I shake his hand and I don't shake hers, then I'm offending one or the other. So I was just, because I was directly approached, I will nod, and then I will turn to look at Zook, not to like give him any indicators, but just to avoid eye contact with this commander.
As soon as you do that, he turns towards the governor and extends his hand, and the governor shakes it cautiously and looks to Vier. And at this point, you see the Archon turn to Vier, pick up the helmet, and take his seat.
Are there seats enough for? There's not seats enough for Zook and I. I will step back and let Zook take the seat.
Yeah, Zook sits down, and the governor gets his papers and says, "Of course, we're here to meet in regards to your both parties' recent expansions. You both understand that you have arrived under a banner of peace, and we have agreed to keep you under a banner of peace. In the goal of furthering our..."
This is Elias speaking?
Yes, this is Elias speaking.
Okay. Pretty bold. All right.
You know that he is the host.
Yeah. Recognizes the power here. Yeah, that's good.
And he, as he looks to you, he says, "Of course, we have allowed an invitation from our Travashian friends. Unfortunately, due to recent circumstances, High Minister Mary has not been able to attend, but they have sent Ambassador Zook in her regards. I wish that you would treat them with the same authority that you would the High Minister." And he, at this point...
Tell me Zook is beaming.
Oh, he's got his poker face on.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
See, Trix,
Dude, you have like been literally raised your whole life for this moment right here. Fucking love it.
Yeah, he's not showing anything though. He's just total poker face.
Just when you thought you got away from all this shit, here you are, dude. Here you are.
He's in way over his head, so he's not gonna make a move unless he's sure about it.
You're just like, oh, I feel like this is the moment when Zook went, "Oh, these are the politics we're playing with."
He's like, "God damn it, this is why I left."
You know, and compared to this, the relationship between the High Ministers has been very kind.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Trix is. I am sorry that I put you in this position. Trix loves it.
The governor.
No, it's good because it frees your hand, and I can just be the placeholder.
Dude. Oh man, my creation spell is ready at the slightest threat, dude. Oh,
Is there guards at the entrance, or is it just an open entrance?
It is just an open entrance. Look,
Okay.
you would have heard tales of archons. You would have heard the history of the night of falling ash within the Sutranan Empire. You would have heard about the day that a few dozen archons bathed a city in fire and blood.
Hmm.
and these are the two commanders.
and where the archons during the War of the Shattered Territories slaughtered both sides on the fields. You have heard stories of these archons. As you understand it, and as you can probably infer, the only person that these guys need guards from are each other.
Yeah, that's it. And we just don't need any spark setting this thing off.
As the
There's
as
so
the
much
governor
gasoline in this room.
The governor kind of settles himself and says, we do have some food on the way. We will be taking a brief break after our introductions to the problem as soon as they arrive. In the meantime, I would like to discuss the first point of business that we have. Wow, my connection to the server has been interrupted. That's weird.
No.
It's probably just it's probably just that it's buffered.
It's probably to Twitch. It's not you.
No, it's not to Twitch. It's to Roll20. Yeah,
Oh.
it froze.
My Roll20's.
Okay.
Well, my main screen like my side screen froze. That was weird.
Okay. But I
Um,
still see you on Twitch, but there's a red
Oh, he's back.
symbol. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Okay,
there we go.
Roll20
I'm back.
down right there.
It's just reloading. I'm actually going to have to probably minimize that because I'm worried it'll open.
That would have been a really bad time to not say what's coming up.
Yeah. As you
All right,
guys,
there's a clip in front of you.
oh my gosh, what is
We'll see you
going
next
on?
week.
No, I think
Try
Roll20 just
reloading.
crashed.
Pleasant.
Really quickly, is the entrance? How tall is the roof on the entrance?
This is probably at this floor a 15-foot entrance. Sorry, I am trying to fix my.
So it's 5 feet wide, but it's 15 foot tall. Okay, got it.
I'm trying to fix my Roll20 because
Oh,
Twitch
you're
is fine.
fine.
Roll20 crashed, which is why I had to kind of go to
Out of
my
character.
emergency. Like, oh crap, Twitch just crashed. My not Twitch, my Roll20 just crashed. I can't let it reveal. So here, everybody, here's Arl's second form from an incomplete episode of Game Master's Arsenal.
Out of character, dude. What the fuck? The Duchess's blade? Are you fucking kidding me? That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not. Dude, this is bringing back nightmares.
I seem to be lacking
Nightmares.
critical information.
I can't tell you. That's why it's a nightmare. I have to act like, God damn it, like I don't know. This is killing me.
You have to sit here.
This is exactly what Cloud went through in the last campaign. This is not fair, Isaiah. This is like post-traumatic. I'm never going to be able to be in another one of your campaigns after this. It's going to be, oh, yeah, well, and now we have Godslayer. Come on, stop!
Well, it's
I
one
get
of those.
rid of these nightmares.
Well, unfortunately,
Duchess's
Roll20
blade.
is not behaving.
Huh.
Like I can't even get
You
it
sure
back up.
it's not the
Theater of
internet
the
on
mind.
your end?
I'm wired in.
We might have,
I'm not
we
on
might have to
Wi-Fi.
do theater of the mind.
Oh no, even worse. I think my headphones just died. Hey Jake, do you have your Arctis? Can I borrow it real quick? I think my headphone just died. Oh no. Oh no, everything's going wrong. The universe is going against me. I can't hear you guys. You guys can probably hear me though. Let me see if I can find a way to
This is not fair.
I'm fine with waiting.
Yeah.
Theater of the mind, theater of the mind. Come on,
So
right?
we just had
No,
like
you don't.
the
Okay,
biggest
you guys can wait. I
Cliffhanger.
can't.
I've ever seen on my stream.
Hey, what's up,
No.
IT?
And Roll20 crashes.
We're waving at you.
Well, let me open Twitch. I want to see what's going on
This
Twitch.
is the other half of Colorless Moon. They're a dynamic duo. Jake is clutch.
Output only.
Oh my god.
There we go. Sorry. Yeah, I am back for the most part. I am still trying to get my entire Roll20 alive. The sword gave him PTSD. Hey, can somebody refresh their Roll20? Make sure it hasn't crashed for you because, yeah, mine is not loading at all. Yeah, I'm like, mine's like, mine's like in hardlined into like Google Fiber, and I'm like, the internet's just fine. I don't know why the why it's completely. No, it's not pulling a you didn't update because it's browser based. It's pulling a, oh, we're suddenly going to crash both things, and now for some reason my like if I showed you guys my central monitor, like I can show you my DM screen because it is not giving me anything. Unfortunately, I think on this disappointing note and this tense note, this is where we're gonna have to end for tonight. I brought up, this is what I get for bringing up the Duchess. It's over. For some reference, I think this is the moment that Niels, not Trix, realized exactly who he's dealing with. and that she should be dead. And I were already to give it to you to settle your nerves just a little bit, Niels, or Trix. This is not the Duchess. And so mics are